Hello survivors, and welcome to episode 14 of our Overlord series. In today's episode we are playing on the Assassin. We're going to go just through here because for some reason the music's a little bit loud at the very end of the round, and we just talk about what's going on while I pause the menu. So over here we're running the basics, Weapon Expert, Reroll Master and Endless Refill, and then I decided to go for Divine Legacy so we can get those juicy legendary damage increases as well as area of effect along with multicast. So we wanted damage, area of effect and multicast from the legendaries, and that's exactly what we were looking for. We did land up getting form to haste, haste to finesse, finesse to can't go finesse to anything. No, we can, but we haven't received it yet. But we then got Bulwark to Aptitude over here, form to haste again, finesse to Bulwark, sorry, that's what it is, and the haste to finesse as well. So we are looking really fast, really strong. The Assassin's Ascension, he does get an upgrade over there that increases the damage. So right now we're on 38% damage, but it can go higher. It's 4% per upgrade, not duration. I'm just trying to find where it is. It's over here. It's damage. The bounty hunter gets damage. So effectively, if you are lucky enough and get a lot of these, you can actually be a lot stronger than the barbarian or the paladin. We then running multicast mastery, synergetic and war tank, but we do have the graphics turned down quite a little bit. We might actually turn them all the way down because, as you can see, it does become very difficult to see what's happening, for one, but two, we also have a lot of movement speed, especially once we hit our ascension and kill the assassination target. Once we kill that target, we actually land up moving at such a long fast speed that it actually becomes really difficult to control our character, as you can see, and we then have to go around hoping that we don't get hit. But on that note, if you take a look at our stats, because of this we're actually on 93.5% block chance. Our armor is really pathetic, so we are going to land up getting that, but we are 900% crit chance, 800% crit damage, a lot of cast frequency, a whack ton of movement speed. We have been getting a lot of Leviathans. We're sitting on negative 90% movement speed. It's still not helping us. We need even more, so that's what we're going for. We'll grab as much of the bulwarks and that as possible, but otherwise we are going to look at grabbing some more armor just in case a hit does come through. We don't want it to be a one-hit KO. You can see we did lose already 2 of our lives. That is because of our impatience. I lost 1 life in the first level. I wanted to try and speed run it, and we actually finished it in 8 minutes, but it wasn't as fast as I'd like to have been, especially with the assassin being so strong. I mean, just look at this. We're completely destroying absolutely everything in front of us. So we're going to grab Leviathans. We grab all of these. There's another damage increase, so as you can see it says we're on 38%, we go to 42% increased damage. That is multiplicative damage, so that is a huge amount of damage increase for us, and because we get so much of it everywhere else, it's going to be fantastic. And then we do get a decrease in the bounty timer, so it's up more often, and then we also try and look for it to last a bit longer, so if we don't, it'll end up killing the target within spawns. At least we should still have the ascension up and running. But as you can see, this is just a complete mess of things. We have so much area of effect, so much happening over here. We can go for even more multicast, we can go for more area of effect. It's just insane, and I just feel a lot better running it on a 0 visibility for this one, just because of how fast we're running. It does look a lot better when we are running it like this compared to even running it with 20% visual effects. So I don't know, it's just personal preference. If I was doing this, especially long term, I can't AFK it. I mean, unless we hit like 100% block chance, which is actually impossible. Well, I mean, it's not impossible, but it's very unlikely. You need so much block that it's considered impossible because of diminishing returns. But there is a number for the amount of block you need to actually hit the maximum amount of block. So even though it is impossible in theory, I mean, it's possible in theory, it's impossible in practice. So let's go one more round. Let's see what we can go. Again, just looking to try and do the most amount of damage and without being killed. Look at our movement speed, but as soon as we start hitting the air, we go back up. And as per usual, the most amount of damage that we would get dealt to will be happening before the very first bosses even spawn, and that's because of the elites. Before we get all of our ascension up and running, before we get all of our stacks up and running, we have to make sure that we stay alive, because until we get those, our damage and everything else is going to be lackluster. But look how fast our movement speed is. That's why having the visuals down on this one is important. We actually have no idea where we are half of the time. Maybe quick step would have been better instead of rupture, but rupture does have a stun, so it is keeping the enemies at bay over there. So that's why we're using it. It does stop you know, enemies from hitting us. But I think we do need to kind of get a little bit more less movement speed, so we're going to go for a lot more. This is ridiculous. Oh man, I'm sorry, it's just... How can this not be ridiculous? I am a speedy tank. The only problem with this tank is if a shell does get through, I am a dead tank. So that's why we're looking to increase the armor. So at least if we do get hit, then we can at least still survive that hit and keep playing for a bit and hope we don't get hit again. So, but 93.5% block chance, you know, there's only a 6% chance less. There's like a 5% chance that we will actually get hit. But it's when we do get hit, it's a really hard hit. So we don't want to get hit at all, because that's just not cool. Alright, let's go more Leviathans, which is increasing our damage. We get the damage modifier over there from Sharpblade. We also have a whack ton of skill chain in the build, and this is just really funny. Assassin's probably one of the strongest right now. As you can see that we got hit, it deals so much damage, so we don't want to get hit. Second last boss fight. Got hit again. Let's not get hit the last time. I want to make it to Overlord 6, please. Yes, you die, thank you. We need more armor. We need a thrust to swing. The swing to thrust is actually nearly at 100%. There it is, swing to thrust is on 94%, so we're going to grab that with the area of effect, because we actually don't have enough area of effect. For some reason it feels like we need even more. We haven't received enough of it. So with more area of effect, it means we can stay safe. We can zoom around the enemies and still hit them all. This is just really insane, just the amount of movement speed we've got. It's actually ridiculous. Probably should have gone quick strike, but we never. So doing that probably would have helped us deal more damage. Again, but I think, like I mentioned earlier, Rapture is better. There we go, we did it, we survived, we got one more round to go. I think we're actually going to die on Overlord 8 with this, just because we don't have the life and the healing, but we should be okay to do it. We've got this, I think. This is going to be hard. The armor we're sitting at is only a 49% reduced damage. We did get rid of twin blades, so we are using our second weapon, and then the skills you can kind of see what we're using. But if you have any questions that I haven't spoken about, you can just ask down in the comment section. I am more than happy to answer anything that you have to ask me. Let's go. We do need to kill the assassin. There we go. I mean the bounty. trying not to move as much because then we don't deal as much damage. The less we move, the better, but obviously the less we move, the more chance we are of being hit. So even though I don't want to move, we do need to move at the same time. We are now sitting at 93.9% chance to block, so that's nearly 94%, which means I only got 6% chance to actually hit us, which is pretty wild. However, they do start getting penetration, so it doesn't really count as that much anymore. Alright, more crit chance, more armor, more multicast, more damage, more armor, more duration, just more everything. Eventually the assassination target does become a lot harder to kill, especially near the end. That's why we do want the damage, so that when we do eventually kill him, we get that juicy damage from him. When you get to like Overlord 11 and that, he does become just as tanky as the bosses are. So he does become very difficult to kill, which is very unfortunate, but it is what it is. We can't, you know, have all these amazing things. I mean, if you just look how insane that is, imagine that being like Overlord 11 now. But unfortunately we died there. That is what it is. We did make it to Overlord 8. We're sitting on 1.3 trillion with the Titan's Cleave being the big hitter over there because of the amount of block chance that we had. So it's really strong, and then the more block you get, the more damage you're going to get. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe for more videos like this in the future, and always remember, keep safe survivors. Until next time, cheers.